Hello friends and welcome to this session for GATE and ESC Electrical Engineering. My friend, this session is going to be one of the most awesome session and you are going to really learn something very new and something that will help you in the exam. In the exam for GATE, may it be 2021 or it may be 2022. Now, before we start the lecture, my friend, let me introduce you myself. My name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR 1 in GATE 2014 and GATE 2018. And my friend, I was also awarded the President of India Gold Medal by the President himself in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT Indore. Presently, I am working as a director at an academy for GATE department, and that is why constantly I am able to bring new and more initiatives for you. Because an academy is not an institute. An academy is not a coaching. An academy is more of a revolution. An academy is more of a feeling. An academy has everything right that is wrong with every other coaching institute in the country. The name An Academy, my friend, has been comprised of two words, un and academy. That means it has everything that is not there in an academy. So an academy cares about the student in the best way possible. It cares about the student most than or more than any other person can. All the initiatives are centered on the student. That is, they are always working towards the student welfare. And that is why, my friend, you are watching this course on power system. That is why, my friend, you are watching this course on power system free of cost on our YouTube channel. So my friend, if you are visiting this channel for the first time, make sure that you have subscribed, because we have electrical machine, power electronics, power system, communication system, EMT, EDC, network, signal, control, digital, everything is here on this channel, that too free of cost, my friend. But what has An Academy done? An Academy has brought a revolution in the country where they are providing the most affordable education, and that too free of that too at the most affordable price, as well as free of cost on YouTube. So my friend, if you want to be a part of the revolution that An Academy has created by means of the courses that are running on An Academy, where they are bringing you the best ever educators of the country on a single platform. That is, you, my friend, can be able to learn from India's top educator at the cheapest or at the most affordable prices possible. At the most affordable prices possible. Now, my friend, I'm talking to you. You can dare to dream. You can dare to enter a PSU. You can dare to dream about MTech from an IIT. Why? Because An Academy has made it possible. An Academy has done everything that is required to get the best rank in GATE examination. So my friend, if you want to join An Academy, make sure that you use the code Ankit ESE, because the door to An Academy opens with this code, and this directly makes me your mentor so that I can guide you at each and every step regarding your GATE preparation. And not only this, you will also get 10% discount on your subscription. Now, what does An Academy bring for you? Not only the live classes. The live classes are the best part of An Academy, where you can interact with the educator, ask your doubt, and make sure that you understand each and every concept and then only exit the class. But other than that, you get dedicated doubt session, where you can post a pic of a question and ask any doubt, any number of doubts. Then you have weekly quizzes. Every Sunday we test how much you have understood. Then there are daily practice paper which we provide you for practice. Then there are practice questions from An Academy. Then there are test series from An Academy. Then there is crash course where we will boost your rank in the last few months. There is rank improvement batch for the students who have already done well in the GATE examination. Now, my friend, all of this just with one subscription fees, where you don't have to pay anything again and again or anything extra. That is the magic of An Academy. Just join An Academy without thinking too much.
Hi guys, in the last few lecture we studied the analysis of medium and the long transmission lines. So in this lecture we will be focusing on a few problems that have been based on the concepts that we have studied in the last few lectures. So let us get started with our first problem here. It is saying a 66 kilovolt 3-phase 150 kilometer long overhead transmission line is having each conductor resistance as 0.25 ohm per kilometer, inductive reactance as 0.5 ohm per kilometer. Capacitive susceptance to ground is 0.04 into 10 raised power minus 4 Siemens per kilometer. Receiving end load is 30 megawatt, 0.8 power factor lagging, 66 kV. We need to find voltage regulation and efficiency. Okay, so here we will be using nominal pi model since it is a medium transmission line. If nothing is mentioned, you have to use a nominal pi model. Okay, so whenever you are using any model, first of all, you have to determine the parameters of that model. For medium and the short transmission line, we use lumped parameters, but here we are given the distributed values. So first let us convert them to lumped. So resistance will be 0.25 into 150, that is 37.5 ohm. Reactance will be 0.5 into 150, that is 75 ohm. So impedance will be R plus jx, 37.5 plus j 75. Let us convert it to polar form. It will be 83.85 angle 63.43 degree ohm, and y will be 0.04 into 10 raised power minus 4 into 150, that is J6 into 10 raised power minus 4 Siemens. Why I am using J? Because it is capacitive susceptance, that is J omega C. So you can apply J also here. Now since we have Y and Z, let us calculate the ABCD parameters. So what is the value of A for a nominal T model? A is equal to D is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2. Now try to put this entire equation into the calculator once. That is, put value of Y and put the value of Z simultaneously. Don't do step by step calculation. So this parameter will come out to be 0.977 angle 0.66 degree. Okay, as I told you, mod A must be less than equal to 1 and it lies between 0 and 10 degree. For pi model, B is equal to Z, 83.85 angle 63.43 degree ohm, and C will be equal to Y into 1 plus YZ by 4. I am not substituting the values here, but if you substitute, you will get these parameters. It will be 5.93 angle 90.32 degree Siemens. Okay, so these are the parameters of nominal T model. Now, to calculate the efficiency, we need to have the sending end power and the receiving end power. For sending end power, we need sending end voltage and the sending end current. For sending end voltage and sending end current, we need VR and IR. So VR is this one, but I do not know IR. But as I told you, whenever you see a loading, the first thing that must come to mind is current. So IR will be 30 into 10 raised power 6 root 3 into 66 kilovolt into 0.8 power factor lagging. So this comes out to be 328.03 ampere. If we express it in phasor form, 328.03 angle will be minus 36.86 degree ampere. Here I am assuming that the VR acts as the reference. Now we need to find Vs. Okay, so first of all we have to find Vs. Vs will be AVR plus BIR. But remember, this equation is applied in per phase. 0.977 angle 0.66. VR will be taken as 66,000 by root 3. 83.85 angle 63.43, IR will be 328.03 minus 36.86. So this will come out to be 63.12 angle 11.63 degree kV. That will be the value of phase voltage at the sending end. Similarly, IS we need to calculate. CVR plus DIR. C is 5.93. 10 raised power minus 4 angle 90. 66,000 by root 3. 0.977. 0.66. 328.03 angle minus 36.86. So this will come out to be 307.57 angle minus 32.81 degree ampere. Okay. Now we need to calculate sending end power to calculate the efficiency. To calculate sending end power, we will apply 3 times V phase, because this is the phase voltage, hence I am using 3 V phase, into I phase 307.57 into power factor, that is voltage angle minus current angle, minus 32.81. So this comes out to be 41.583 megawatt. Now efficiency will be output by input, that is 30 by 41.583 into 100%, that is 72.14%, which is quite low due to high resistance. Otherwise, in transmission lines, the resistance is much less than reactance. Here it is comparable. So due to high resistance, the efficiency is low. Next, to calculate voltage regulation, we calculate like this: VR0 minus VR by VR into 100%. So we need VR0, which is mod Vs by mod A 63.12 divided by 0.977. So this is 64.6 kV. To calculate voltage regulation, we will substitute now the value of VR. But be careful here, while calculating voltage regulation, either both voltages should be per phase or both should be line. Here, since we are using sending end per phase, so this will be per phase voltage. So we have to use receiving end per phase. Okay. So either use both per phase or both line to line. So this voltage regulation comes out to be how much? 69.53%, which is totally impractical. Voltage regulation allowed in India is plus minus 5%. So it is 69% or 70%, that is unacceptable. These sort of systems are called as voltage unstable, because there is a large decrease in voltage from no load to full load. We will say that the voltage collapses as we increase the load on the system, hence it is voltage unstable. Okay, so these sort of systems are undesirable. That is why steady state analysis is important to judge these type of condition. If such condition exists, then that transmission line is useless for us. Moving on to our next problem, it is saying we need to estimate the distance over which a load of 15,000 kilowatt 0.85 power factor can be transmitted by a three-phase transmission line having conductors each of resistance this much. The voltage at receiving end is 132 kV, loss is 7.5% of load. Now the question is asked about distance. So distance term is only coming in this resistance. Okay. So we are given resistance per unit length. So if I want to calculate length or distance, if I knew the total resistance, then the ratio of this will give me distance. So to find out the resistance, we need to find the losses. So what is the loss? 7.5% of output, which is 15,000. So this will come out to be how much? 112.5 kilowatt. Now to find out the resistance, we must equate it to I square R. For that I need current, and current can be found out from the loading. As I told you, whenever load is given, first find the current. 15,000 kilowatt by root 3. We are given the receiving end voltage also and the power factor also 0.85. So this current comes out to be 77.18 ampere. Now transmission line losses 112.5. This will be I square R, but remember it will be 3 times I square R for 3 phase. This factor of 3 is the most common mistake. So from here I can calculate resistance. Resistance comes out to be 62.94 ohm. Okay. Then to find out the distance or the length, 62.94 by 0.905. This is almost 70 kilometer. That is a short transmission line. Okay. And remember, this 3 I square R formula is only applicable for the case of short transmission line. Okay. So that means our hypothesis is valid. This is a short transmission line because I applied the expression for a short line. Okay. So remember, whenever you see a load, the first thing that must strike your mind to start the problem is finding the current. Because in case of power subjects, the most common problem is starting the problem from where to start. That is the most common problem that most students face. In our next problem, a 275 kilovolt, 3-phase 50 Hz, 400 km lossless line has following parameters. X is given 0.05 ohm per kilometer, Y is given or B is given 3 into 10 raised power minus 6 Siemens per kilometer. We need to find receiving end voltage on open circuit, that is VR0, which is Vs by A, if line is represented by nominal pi method. For nominal pi, A is 1 plus Yz by 2. So for that, first we will calculate Y. Because this is distributed, we need lumped. J into 3 into 10 raised power minus 6 Yj, because it is capacitive, into 400. So how much will this come out to be? J 1.2 into 10 raised power minus 3 Siemens. Similarly, we will calculate X, or let us rather calculate directly Z. Z is R plus Jx, but R is 0, so it will be Jx, J into 0.05 into 400, that is J20 ohm. Next we calculate A. A will come out to be 0.988. What I have done is I have substituted the values of Y and Z in this expression. Now to find out VR0, it should be Vs by A. So I am directly using line voltage here, so that result is also a line voltage. So this will come out to be 278.34 kV. So while attempting these sort of problems, you must create a map kind of thing, that I am being asked the receiving end voltage on open circuit. How can I calculate that? Vs by A. For that, what I will need? Vs and A. And I know Vs, so I need A. A using nominal pi model will be 1 plus Yz by 2. For that, we need Yz. Yz can be calculated as small y into L and small z into L. Okay, try to reverse engineer the problem, but is being asked of you how you can derive that. Let us move to the next problem. It is saying consider two buses connected by an impedance of 0 plus j5. So Z is equal to j5. V1 is 100 angle 30, 100 angle 0. we need to find real and reactive power supplied by bus 1, that is PS and QS. When resistance is neglected, it is Vs VR by X sine delta, that is 100 into 100 by 5 sine 30, that is how much? 1000 watt. And Qs, when resistance is neglected, is Vs by X, then Vs minus VR cos delta 100 by 5, 100 minus 100, 100 minus 100 cos 30. So this comes out to be 268 VAR. So these expressions for real and reactive power both at sending and the receiving end when the resistance of the line is neglected are very important. Okay, you can remember the general expression for PR and QR, but remember the special cases of both PR, QR, PS, QS for the case when resistance of the line is neglected and it is a short transmission line. Okay, so what are the expressions for that? That you must always remember. PR was equal to PS Vs VR by X sine delta, QR is equal to VR by X Vs cos delta minus VR, and Qs is equal to Vs by X Vs minus VR cos delta. These four expressions are very important from gate point of view. Now let us move on to our next problem. It is saying the ABCD constant of a three-phase transmission line are this. It is symmetric, so A equal to D, B and C. We need to find maximum steady state limit. So steady state limit is calculated at receiving end. So it is asking PR max. We are given Vs and VR are 138 kV. We need to find with the given constant and with series and shunt admittance neglected. So first find out with given constant. VR max is mod Vs mod VR by mod B minus mod A by mod B mod VR square cos of beta minus alpha. Now I told you if you substitute both line voltages you will get directly three phase power. So 138 into 138. I am not taking the factor of kilovolt. Why? So that power will directly be in megawatt. 10 raised power 3, 10 raised power 3 will give me 10 raised power 6. 92.4 minus 0.95 138 square cos of 76.87 minus 1.27. So this will come out to be, you can either take 138 square by 92.4 common to simplify the calculation. 1 minus 0.95 cos 75.6. So this comes out to be 157.4 megawatt. Now it is asking the steady state limit with series impedance and shunt admittance neglected. Okay. So this should be series resistance instead of series impedance, because if we neglect everything then there will be no power transfer. Okay, for current flow there should be at least some impedance. So correct it, it should be series resistance. Now I told you the B represents Z. So real part of B represents resistance, imaginary part of B represents reactance. If you are neglecting series resistance as well as shunt admittance, then what you are left with is only the series reactance. So imaginary part of B will be B sine beta, which is 92.4 sine 76.87. So this comes out to be 90 ohms. Now this is a case of short line with only reactance. So P max is Vs VR by X. That is 138 square by 90. So this comes out to be 211.6 megawatt. So this you must always remember that B represents impedance and C represents admittance. In our next problem, it is saying a feeder with reactance 0.2 pu has Vs equal to 1.2 pu. Okay. Then the reactance power or the reactive power at receiving end is 0.3 pu. We need to find mod of Vs minus Vr. So as I told you, Qr is Vr by X, Vs cos delta minus Vr. Here Vs and Vr are just magnitude of voltages. 0.3, Vr I do not know, Vs I know 1.2, delta I don't know, Vr. So for approximation, let us say delta is 0. I am assuming that the load on the system is small, so that delta is small and delta can be taken as 0. So 0.3 will be Vr by X is how much? 0.2. 1.2 minus Vr. So from here I will get a quadratic equation in Vr. What will be the quadratic equation? It will be Vr square minus 1.2 Vr plus 0.06 equal to 0. From here Vr will come out to be 1.142 pu and 0.057 pu. But now sending end voltage is 1.2 pu. So receiving end should be close to that. So this is an impractical value. There cannot be such a high voltage drop in a transmission line. So we will take Vr equal to 1.142 pu. So voltage drop will be 1.2 minus 1.142, which is almost 0.058 pu. Okay, so this will be the voltage drop between the sending and the receiving end. Moving on to the last problem, it is saying a 3-phase 50 Hz overhead line delivers 10 megawatt at 0.8 lagging 66 kV. So first thing that must come to mind is IR. IR will be 10 into 10 raised power 6 root 3, 66 into 10 raised power 3.8. So this will come out to be 109.35 ampere. Let us move forward. The resistance and inductive reactance are 10 and 20. So that is 10 plus J 20. So expressing it in polar form, it will be 22.36 angle 63.43 degree ohm. Capacitive admittance is 4 into 10 raised power minus 4 and angle will be 90 degree Siemens. Okay. We need to find sending end parameter like voltage, current, power factor and efficiency using the nominal T model. Now we know the model. First we must calculate the parameters. So parameters A is equal to D is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2. This will come out to be 0.996 angle 0.115 degree. Then B is equal to Z into 1 plus YZ by 4. This will come out to be 22.31 angle 63.487 ohm. C will be equal to Y, which is equal to 4 into 10 raised power minus 4 angle 90 degree Siemens. Now we need to find Vs. Vs is AVR plus B IR. 0.996, 0.115, 66,000 by root 3 22.31, 63.487. IR will be how much? 109.35, and the power factor was 0.8, so minus 36.86. So this VS per phase will come out to be 40.15 angle 1.67 degree kV. But remember, this is a phase voltage because ABCD parameters are applied on per phase basis. So if we calculate the line to line voltage at the sending end, root 3 into 40.15, which is equal to 69.54 kV. Now let us calculate sending end current. IS will be CVR plus DIR. C is how much? 4 into 10 raised power minus 4 angle 90. VR is 66,000 by root 3. D is 0.996, 0.115. IR is 109.35 angle minus 36.86. So IS will come out to be 100.54 angle minus 29.7 degree ampere. Now we know the sending end voltage and current. We can also calculate power factor. Power factor is cos phi s, cos of voltage angle, which is 1.67, minus current angle minus 29.7. So this will come out to be 0.853 lag. Then to find out efficiency, we need sending end power, which is root 3 Vs Is cos phi s. So if you use line voltage, use root 3, otherwise 3. So I am using line voltage into 0.853 lag. So this will be 10.3296 megawatt. So efficiency will be output, that is PR upon PS into 100%. So this comes out to be 96.8%. Okay, so that is how you proceed to a general problem in a transmission line that is not concerned with the short transmission line. Otherwise, in short line, input will be output plus loss, and losses are 3I square R. So these kind of problems are framed mostly, and from long transmission line we'll study further more about the long transmission line. Don't worry, the questions are not asked about the cos h gamma L or sin h gamma L, because that will be too complicated from even IES point of view. So for gate, the questions are mostly tricky, where you have to apply the mind and not the calculation intensive. Okay, so those sort of questions, that's why I did not took in this lecture, because those are not relevant for gate examination. So even if you come across those questions in standard textbooks, you can leave that. In the next lecture, we'll cover further part of the long transmission line.
So my friend, if you want to join Unacademy, if you liked the lecture, if you like the content that you have just watched, and you have decided that Unacademy is the right place for you, and you want to learn with me, you want to learn from me, then don't hesitate, because that is where we are conducting free classes every day that will boost your gate rank. So if you decide to take subscription, click on GATE and ESE, click on get subscription. After this, you can choose the plan that you want to opt for. The final year and dropper can take 1 year plan, second and the third year can take 2 year plan. But don't forget to use the code Ankit ESE. This will give you 10% off, as well as it will bring you under my guidance. And as you can see, the prices are really affordable, my friend. It is much less than any other institute can offer you, and that is why I keep repeating, Unacademy is not an academy. It is a revolution. It is a feeling. You can make the payment by credit, debit card, EMI, net banking. Also, EMI is available on debit card, but for HDFC debit card, and Bajaj Finserv debit card. So if you are from a weak financial background, you can pay the amount in installments, but only use the code Ankit ESE. And my friend, these are some videos where I have told how to study, how to get the best rank in GATE, and these videos will really help you in cracking GATE. So make sure that you watch each and every one of them. And my friend, these are our other channels, like for mechanical we have, for civil also we have, for computer science we have for SSC, JEE, all branches, electrical, mechanical, civil. And on this channel we have the previous year question video solution, that too free of cost. And many more channels will be coming very, very soon for you guys. So be a part of our YouTube family and you can take the benefit of all the free content that we are bringing. And my friend, this is my Telegram channel where you will find the notes of each and every lecture that I take. And this is my Unacademy profile which you can follow to watch my content for free on Unacademy, because there also I am taking regular free classes. So if you can't afford to join Unacademy, then keep associated with us, keep sharing the content that we are providing, and work towards making this YouTube family bigger and better. We'll keep bringing more and more content for you, and the only fees that you have to pay, my friend, is that you have to work hard and you have to share and like each and every video that we are uploading. So that way this family gets bigger. Even the student in a rural area can take the benefit of the free initiatives that we have started. And my friend, you also get the best rank in GATE without having to stress about how to pay. So if you can't be paying or you can't afford to pay, then make sure that you are building this YouTube family, a bigger and a better YouTube family, the biggest and the best community of all electrical engineers. So that is all from my side. See you again in the next lecture. Thank you.